What's up, everybody? Welcome or welcome back to Closing Open Wounds. I am yours truly, Cleisha. This is my platform. I welcome you if this is your first time stopping by. After this video, if you're feeling your girl, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But let's talk. Yo, cousin, what is up? How has your day been? How has your week been? Are you okay? I'm checking in on your mental. I know it's a lot going on right now, and a lot of us aren't checking on each other, so I'm checking on you, okay? I pray that all is well. All right. Shout out to my cousin Greg, who inspired this video on today. He called me the other day and really encouraged me. Told me that he had been promoting the channel and sharing it with his family and friends and different videos, different topics that we are covering here on the channel. So again, to my cousin Greg, thank you so much. I really love you for that. So this video comes from a conversation that my cousin and I had when he gave me a call the other night, and we got into a lot of different topics, but one that stuck out to me more importantly was relationships. And, we're all dating and, we're doing our thing. We're trying to find our one, the one for us, the one that God has for us. So we're vetting people right now, right? So we started talking about how to know if someone is the one for you. What are the characteristics? What are the attributes? What are the qualities that a person has that would let you know that, hey, this is a good person? So we talked about that. So while I was talking with my cousin, I told him, I said, yo, I'm going to take some notes down because this was getting really, really good. So I wanted to share it with you all. Okay. So, of course, y'all know I have been through hell and back when it comes to relationships. I am cursed with compassion. I heard a preacher say that earlier in the week, being cursed with compassion. I have a big heart, and my heart has not always made the brightest decisions. I can admit that I have been naive. I've been very foolish. I don't regret showing the love that I have given to people because that's how God created me. So I'm not mad at that. If you lost me, you lost a really good person. So, woe unto you. I'm good. I'm never going to be mad about blessing someone or giving to someone or being there for someone. That's how God created me. A lot of that kind of stems from childhood. If you don't know, I was raised by my grandparents. My parents couldn't raise me due to drugs and alcohol. And growing up, I suffered a lot. I suffered bullying, low self-esteem. You name it, different traumas. I done been there. I understand. So the thing about it is, and this is something else that me and my cousin Greg talked about, is that how our childhood depicts a lot of who we are today. Now, we even talked about adults that have become bullies. It's crazy because you can be a child and be a bully, and that comes with you on into your adult life. Or you could be like me, who grew up being bullied, right? I was being bullied. I was the one people picked on in school. Everything that's popping, your melanin skin, your full lips, your chinky eyes, all of that was not popping in the 80s and the 90s, So, and I wear glasses and everything like that. So a lot of that wasn't popping. Now we popping. Okay. So growing up, it was tough. I was bullied a lot, and it made me not want anyone else to feel that way. Right. So, one of two things can happen. You can be bullied like I have and grow up to be a bully, or you can really have compassion for people and not want people to feel what you feel, what you felt, and I always want people to feel seen. I didn't always feel seen growing up. No fault to my grandparents at all. I was just traumatized. I just went through a lot of things, and I just alienated myself most of the time. But anywho, what we talked about on the phone, me and my cousin, we talked about how these things follow you. What are you dragging in that red wagon? Y'all know I always say that. What are you carrying with you into your adulthood that you're not even noticing that you're bringing with you? A lot of times we are going and we're growing, but not knowing what is being attached to us. Some things we need to relearn, some things we need to shed, we need to get rid of for us to have healthy relationships. So we were talking about, well, what are some of the attributes? If you're like me, you're on this healing journey. You're like my cousin, we're on this healing journey. We out here, what I mean? We live in life, but now, it's almost time to settle down. We're coming of age, right? So we talked about some things, and some things were coming to my mind, and I wanted to share with you. Just some of the things. Now, this is not, the whole list, but these are the things that came to my mind, and you guys can add anything that I have missed. You guys know I don't know it all. I've been through hell. I'm not an expert. I've just been, I've graduated from Hard Knock Life University. Okay. So your girl can talk about what not to do. Okay. Also. So one of the things I said, when we're seeing someone, cousin, he might be dating or seeing someone. If you're seeing someone, how does your nervous system feel when you're with this person? Are you anxious? Are you nervous? You don't know what to say. You don't want to say the wrong thing. Are you afraid? Like, how does your nervous system respond to this person? A lot of times we want to try to downplay our gut feeling, like, I just don't really feel right. This isn't really the person for me. We try to downplay that because we really like them. We might be really attracted to them, and they might look good on paper. And there are some good people, but that doesn't mean that they're good for you. Whole nother topic, whole nother episode. But how does your nervous system feel around this person? Are you picking up on their traumas? That is something. Are they so traumatized and so bogged down that you can't even get with them like that? I was talking to my cousin, and I was telling him about a previous, relationship that I was in. And I knew early on, and I even told the individual, like, yo, I don't think I'm strong enough to carry this. Like, yo, I know my limits. Like, you got a lot going on, bro. You might be a good person and everything like that, but you got a lot going on, and you got to know your limits. That's something else. If it's too much, love is not enough. So if it's too much, you may need to reevaluate that. But one thing that stuck out to me, like I said, is how does your nervous system feel around that person? Are you at peace? Are you at ease? Like I said, are you anxious? What's going on? We need to be calm. We need to be comfortable. We need to be, I just want to be myself. I want my child, the inner child in me to be able to come to the surface. I grew up fast, being the oldest, going through what I've been through. Your girl grew up fast, had to. The trauma, the sexual abuse and all of that exposed way too early, So now if I'm chilling with somebody, I want to be able to not be the, the boss cliche, the adult cliche. I want to be just little cliche. Is the little person inside you, are they okay? Are they being healed in this journey as well? We're all just little people. Like, sorry to tell you, we're all just a bunch of little people in adult bodies. Is your inner child being healed? Can you talk about anything to this person? Can you really talk? Without being judged or without them being upset, can you bring up concerns in your relationship situation, whatever your courting stage? Can you bring up situations? Can you bring up concerns without feeling even more worse? Is everyone being mature? Right? That's a few things. This is one thing I heard. I can't even take credit for this. This is one thing I heard on social media. If the person you are dating, the person you are seeing, you're courting, the person that you got your eye on, if they never said another word, would you be okay with their actions? They can't talk no more. What they actions saying? I am guilty of hearing what a ninja say and putting money down on that rather than looking at their actions and what they're doing. Do those things add up? Are they the same? Is what you're saying and what you're doing on the same level. Okay? Nobody's perfect. Things change and things happen, mishaps. But generally speaking, is this person a person of their word? Are they gaslighting you? Are they lying to you? Are they breadcrumbing you? Man, I've had so many breadcrumbs, I could just make a whole cake. Like, really, like, I've been there. And there's a lot of people that will breadcrumb you because they're exploring their options. And like I told people, I told my cousin, and I tell various people, listen, I know the world today is saying, date around, collect data, go here, go there, go everywhere. And I get it. I understand that. But when you're dating someone that you actually like, why not focus on that person? I can't focus on you and, oh, this one got kids and he don't got kids and that one got a dog and that one don't like his mama. I look, okay, I don't even know what I had for dinner last night. Okay. I can't keep up. Like, it's just overwhelming for me, so that just doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are standing you up. They're breadcrumbing you. It's called the jackpot effect. You know what I mean? They make you feel like you win, you spend some time with them and then they ghost you and then they don't show up and they're not consistent and they don't even tell you when plans change. There are a lot of people like that. I can't get with that. I have cut people completely off, silently cut off, and just moved about because that's not what I'm on. I'm too grown for this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, we gotta get married tomorrow, but you want to date with purpose. You want to date with intention. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Right? So that was one of the main things. If that person didn't say another word to you, would you be okay with their actions? Think about it. I touched on this a little bit. We're going to go in a little bit deeper. Do you guys fight fair? A lot of people in relationships, they fight under the belt. They say things that are very hurtful and not factual because sometimes how you feel and what actually is going on are two different things. How is the communication? Are you guys fighting fair? I should be able to say, hey, with this, this bothered me. This is how I took it. Is this what you meant by that? Or I felt some type of way about this. Oh, well, you all right. I ain't mean it like that. And I've been there, y'all. That's not a good place. That is not a healthy person. They're not healthy. If they don't have the emotional bandwidth to see when you're hurting. And I don't know why people cannot apologize. I mean, we're grown. Having an apology or apologizing doesn't mean that you're wrong. That means you're just taking ownership of the feelings that you hurt. I didn't mean that. You bump into somebody in the store. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. You don't say, oh, well, I ain't mean it. You all right? No, who does that? Who does that? Who does that? A person should be able to come to you and say, hey, this affected me negatively. I need us to address that. Can we talk about that? And that person not get upset. You not get upset. We're adults here. This is healthy living, healthy relationships. We're growing. We're evolving. This is part of, being mature adults. We can't have relationships if we can't even know the basis. Like, apologize. You're not going to die if you apologize. Okay? Okay. This was so major for me, y'all. Ooh, this is major for me. This one is major. So after the said argument, disagreement, after that, do you still respect that person? I have been in relationships where there has been issues, and after all of that, even if they said they were sorry, I can't even respect you for how you acted. You just acted like a park ape in here. I can't respect you. A woman is not going to submit herself to a man that she can't respect. Yes, love is important for us women. Like, we need to hear that you love us and we want to feel loved and everything like that. But like I said in my previous video, I have to respect my man, because love is not enough. If I don't respect you as a man, it's over for you. Like, real talk. If I'm telling you, if I'm being vulnerable and I'm saying, yo, this happened. Because first of all, a person like me, okay, a lot of hyper independent people, but I'm speaking from a woman's aspect, but let's just say hyper independent person, male or female. It's very difficult for us to come to someone and say, hey, this bothered me. Because we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to ask you. We just don't want to address it most times. So if someone builds up the courage and say, hey, this affected me, and you act like a freaking zoo animal, you're done. Because it don't even take all that. If people only knew, like what the Bible says, when the Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath, like, oh, baby, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Argument over. What you want for dinner? Hell, what you want to do tonight? Okay. I'm just being real, y'all know. I'm just like, I'm going to be 100. Like, it could all be so simple. But you rather make it hard, in the words of evangelist Lauryn Hill. Okay? It don't even take all that. If men only knew, we could, look, us women, we go through 100 different emotions like in a day. We have a lot of hormones, a lot of chemicals going on. Half of the stuff we mad about is not your fault. But do you know what you could do if we're upset like that and you just hug us or kiss us or give us a flower or rub our feet or just do the dishes? Like, the smallest thing can turn the whole tone of the day for a woman. It is really that easy. If you're dealing with a healthy woman, it is really that easy. But that's just my POV. Okay. Another important thing me and my cousin talked about, and I spoke about this a little bit. What are you dragging in that wagon? Does this person help you unpack that wagon? Do they help you? We all have a wagon. You know that, right? You know you got some baggage, right? You don't think you're just carrying light. Bag lady. Come on. You know you got some stuff. You gonna hurt your back carrying all them bags like that. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. Mighty God. Deaconess Erykah Badu. Come on here. We all got stuff. Does this person say, you know what, wait, let's unpack this. Let's talk about this. Or, I know you get anxious. Let me check in a little bit more because I don't want you to worry. Like, I know you like your routine. I know you've been through childhood trauma. Your mama and your daddy left you. You got abandonment issues. Let me cater to you just so you know that I'm here. I'm busy, but I'm here. And when you're there, you're present. Does this person help you unpack? And like I said earlier, some luggage is heavier than others, and you're not going to be able to help that person, so they're going to have to drag that somewhere else. Okay, that happens. But when you're in a healthy situation, this is just my POV. Who am I? I'm nobody. But when you're with someone and they recognize what's going on, whether from experience or not, but they're in tune, they have discernment, and they can help you unpack those things, because we need to unpack. We need to settle down. Like, we need to really get settled somewhere. We need to grow roots somewhere. Does that person make you comfortable enough to say, please take this away from me? I don't care what you do with it. Throw it away. Let's talk about it. Let's burn it. Let's rip it up. Whatever. Like, help me. Help me. Okay. Does that person make you feel comfortable in doing that? This is the last one. And to me, it is the most important one. I've saved the best one for last. And this is very, very important to me. Lastly, do you like who you are with this person? Yeah. I have been in situations where I did not like myself. I began to take on the attributes of the other person, and it was not pretty. I was not myself. I was out of character. Normally, for the most part, I'm, a secure person as far as attachment style. Yeah, I get a little anxious because, I got abandonment issues. I'm always aware. I got trust issues. So, I do ask questions. A lot of women ask questions because we're like, yo, you're driving. Can I know where we're going? I mean, hello, we're supposed to be partners, but there was a time where I did not like myself. And after a while, I'm just like, yeah, this is not going to work. Because if I got to be yelling, fussing, and cussing, you is not it. Because naturally, that's not me. I'm not like that. I didn't raise my kids like that. It's not who I identify with. I actually saw that in my mother, when she was alive. That's not who I want to be. I want to be feminine. I want to be soft. I want to be able for my person to hear me. And no one can hear anything when you're yelling and screaming. Do you like who you are with this person? Are you growing? Are you better? Are you being more educated in different things? Are you evolving? Are you being more in tune with God? Are you more spiritual? Are you chasing your dreams and your ambitions? Is this person holding you back? Do you? Now ask yourself this question. You're here for a reason. And we don't believe in coincidence. So ask yourself, do you like who you are right now? I'll wait. You're a little bit more angry. You cussing. You fussing. You drinking. You smoking. You don't want to pray. You don't want to talk to your family. You just want to be left alone. Why is that? Because this person is a cancer. A disease that is taking over the space in your heart. If this is the case, then I don't think that's the one for you. Now, I'm not saying that relationships are not without trial. No, we all have growing pains where we're growing and we're evolving, and sometimes that is uncomfortable, and we have to be vulnerable and open, and we have to talk about things, and life be lifing, and sometimes you get angry. But all in all, do you like who you are? Can you look in the mirror at yourself and say, you know what? If this person never changed, I can deal with this for the rest of my life. You better not marry that person if that's the case. Been there, done that. Please listen to your cousin. I done did that a few times. I was collecting red flags like it was a game. One over there, one over there. Hey, there's one under a rock, a bonus one. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I've given so much energy, so much love, just so much finances, just a giver, just giving, an immature giver, giving out of my own needs, giving my love, my time, my patience, and I have nothing to show for it besides God taking care of me now. But I won't do that anymore. Love is not transactional, but you do need to get something from it. You do need to feel how you need to feel. I don't think that people are tired of being givers and giving so much or being a good person. I think they're just tired of being taken for granted. That's it. I'm always going to be a giver. I'm always going to be a lover, a nurturer. I'm always going to be that person. After all the hell that I've been through, I don't know how that I am still this way, but hey, here we are. And I'm fine with that. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry about the situation that I put myself into. I'm not mad about that. I learned. It's only lessons and blessings. No mistakes. Lessons and blessings. That's it. So I'm not mad at that. And, I just think people are just tired of being taken for granted. People don't know how to say thank you. They don't know how to give. And just people are just taking and taking and taking. I think that's what people are tired of. When you love someone, you want to make sure that they're good. Like you want to take care of them in any way possible, any way that you can aid them. We all talk about the 5 love languages. You have to love a person in their love language. Like, you can't say that you love me and you're buying me stuff all the time. And it's nice. Someone else may have, gifts as a love language, but it's not mine. So I had an ex-husband that thought he could always take me out and buy me stuff and I would be okay. When I would tell him that, thank you, but that may be your love language, but it's not mine. You can't love me. You can't love a person how you want to love them. You really need to sit down and ask them, how do you interpret love? What fills your love bank? Or everything you're doing is for naught. But we don't want to have these conversations. Why don't we want to sit down and have these conversations? I know, yeah, they're uncomfortable. And you don't know what's under there. Like, you're like, oh my God, don't pick that up. Like, we might be scared to death. We don't know what's crawling up under there. But again, if this person is willing to help you unpack, then that is love. They're not scared away by your traumas. They can see, they have discernment. Oh, this is that. I'm not even going to take it personal. And for a woman speaking, like, we take a lot of things personal. I know I could take a lot of things personal. It's hard when you love someone. You're like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, So people are going through stuff. But then, if you're having a bad day, then just say that. How can, it's crazy. Like, how do you want to be with someone? And you're like, I really love this person. But you're like holding on to that bag, that box for dear life. You don't want to give it up. You're going to have to relinquish that at some point, because how can they help you? Especially if you're not expressive, especially if you don't want to talk about it. And I understand most men, they're not always in touch with their feelings. They don't want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. Well, you guys got to help us out in some kind of way. How are we going to bridge the gap? Like, we all have work to do. I think we're all coming to a point where, we've all been taken advantage of. We've all been hurt in some kind of shape, way, form, or fashion. And, a part of us just never wants to love again and just say the hell with it. But then, what is life without love? What is it if you achieve all of your dreams and aspirations, and you you're so successful and you have no one you can trust, no one you can share it with. There are a lot of poor people that are very happy right now. Very happy. I'm not rich, but I'm very happy with my life. But even now, even though I'm very comfortable, living alone, right? But I ain't getting any younger now. Do I really want to do this life, the rest of my life, alone? Okay. So the answer is no. So I have to be willing to unpack my trauma and different things that I've been through. Talk about those uncomfortable things and, Ugh, I'm getting anxious just thinking about it. But this is what we got to do. This is what we got to do. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're new here, I hope you had a, I hope you stay. Let's say that. I hope you stay. I hope you like what we talk about here. And I want to hear from you in the comments. And I've been saying this, guys, my birthday is in October. I will be 44, and I would love for you guys to help me get 500 subscribers for my birthday. We can do that as long as you help me. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not asking you for anything that you cannot do. Okay? If you clicked on this video, you can definitely share this video and subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. What do you think about this stuff? What did I miss? Let me know if we need to do a part 2. Because it's time for us to unpack. It's time for us to settle down. And when I say settle down, I'm not necessarily saying get married. I'm talking about settle. Rest. Grow roots. I think that we all deserve that. We've all been through a lot. And we deserve that. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with your girl. And the viewership is going up. And yes, the subscribers are going up as well. And I am grateful for each and every one of you. No, and I really mean that. I know I say that, and I know you guys hear a lot of people that say that, but you guys don't know what you mean to me. You don't know how much courage it takes and how much willpower I need to do these videos, to help, to do what God has called me to do. I'm eternally grateful for you. Okay? Keep me in your prayers, guys. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.